Hi all, welcome back. Let's continue with the lesson Electoral Politics Part 4.
What makes elections in India democratic? In a country, elections are conducted by an independent and very powerful election commission. It enjoys the same kind of independence that the judiciary enjoys. The chief election commissioner is appointed by the President of India, but once appointed, he is not answerable to the President or even to the government powers of Election Commission as follows. It takes decision on every aspect of conduct and control of elections, right from the announcement of elections to the declaration of results. It implements the code of conduct and punishes any candidate or party that violates it. During the election period, the Election Commission can order the government to follow some guidelines to prevent the use and misuse of government power, to enhance its chances to win election, or to transfer some government officials. When on election duty, government officers work under the control of the Election Commission and not the government. When election officials come to the opinion that polling was not fair in some booths or even on entire constituency, they order a
Code of Conduct and Laws. What is Code of Conduct and Laws? We all know that to regulate the election campaign, there are certain election laws that has to be followed. According to these laws, no party or candidate can bribe or threaten the voters or appeal to them in the name of caste or religion. They cannot use government resources for election campaign or spend more than rupees 25 lakh in a constituency for Lok Sabha election or rupees 10 lakh in a constituency in an assembly election. If any party or candidate is found practicing any of the above, their election can be rejected by the court even after they have won the election. In addition to the laws, all the political parties in our country have agreed to a model code of conduct for an election campaign. According to this, no party or candidate can use any place of worship for the election propaganda. They cannot use government vehicles like aircraft and officials for elections. Once the election is announced, ministers shall not lay foundation stones of any project or take any big policy decision or make any promise of providing public facilities.
What is popular participation? In India, people participate in elections in every enthusiastic way. And if the elections are conducted in a free and fair manner, people participate in it. But if the elections are not conducted in a free and fair manner, people are not interested in it. If we take a look at the people participating in elections, the poor side has increased very drastically. But in the UK and the US, the poor are not interested to elect.
Lose the election in every 2 out of 3 elections in the last 15 years. In India, about half the sitting MPs and MLAs lose the election. The candidates who spend more money and are known for their criminal activities in some elections lose the election. Election outcomes are mostly accepted by the defeated parties. It shows that elections held in India are democratic. Challenges faced to conduct free and fair elections. Many candidates and big parties spend more money during elections, so small candidates suffer by it. Candidates with criminal connections get party tickets and win the election. Sometimes tickets are distributed to family members. Smaller parties suffer more in comparison to bigger parties because these parties have both power and money. Sometimes two big parties make some policies, so the ordinary citizen is offered a little choice.
What is a polling booth or voting procedure? This is the final stage of an election and it is the day where the voters cast their vote. A polling booth is a place where the voters can cast their vote to their candidates. This polling booth is usually situated in a local school or a government office. An agent from each party sit inside the polling booth to look whether the election is taking place in a free and fair manner. Before, for electing the candidates, a ballot paper was used, but now electronic voting machine (EVM) is used for voting. After the election is completed, the ballot is sealed and placed in a secure place for counting the votes. How votes are counted. All EVMs for the constituencies are open and vote is counted. In a general election, the counting of votes in all constituencies are done at the same time on the same day. The agents of all parties are present while the votes are counted to ensure proper counting. The candidates who get the highest number of votes in the constituencies is declared elected. Radios and newspapers update the voting count every second to make us clear who will form the next government.